What's up, Warrior Workshop? Today you're going to be learning how to make a CNC sign on the Mitey Router. Check it out. All right, head to the CNC room. Don't forget your PPE like safety glasses. So we're working with a 5x5 piece of pine. Head over to the computer, open up Microsoft Edge, and then navigate to Easel by Inventables. Use our login. You should already have this password and information, and then start a new project. Next up, we're going to be clicking on the material and making sure that we select pine, and then changing the dimensions to 5 inches by 5 inches by 0.75 or 3/4 inch for the thickness. Once you do that, you can click off. After we select the stock, go up to the corner and click Bit, and make sure you choose the 1/8 inch straight cut small CNC end mill. Then click off. Once you're done designing, as you can see, I did an awesome design here with a big old pile of chocolate. I'm scoping out the tool paths right now, making sure everything looks good. All right, here we're going to be taking the stock piece of 5x5 pine and we're putting it into the corner of the two kind of work holding clamps, and then we're using the cam to go ahead and squeeze it tight against those two end stops. Wiggle it to make sure it's tight. Once your stock is in place, go ahead and go back to Easel, click Project, Download G-Code. Once your G-Code is downloaded, it should be creating a .nc file. Go back to your desktop and open up Velocity CNC, then click the green button on the Mitey Router. The machine should be on now. Go ahead and go back to the computer and click Connect. Agree. And once the program is loaded, you're going to see a screen that looks like this. You're going to need to go up to File and then open G-Code, and then find the file that you just downloaded from Easel. It should be in your Downloads folder. The next step will be to go and take your end mill, and you're going to be positioning it in the bottom left-hand corner of your stock, and your stock is your piece of wood. So I click the jog menu, and I am using the X, Y, and Z buttons to direct the end mill to the bottom left-hand corner of that piece of wood. You're probably going to start off with continuous and fast, and then as you get closer towards that bottom left-hand corner, literally touching that bottom corner, you're probably going to be needing to switch over to a little bit finer increments. And that's when you can click on 0.1 or 0.001. And what that means is each time you click one of those X, Y, or Z buttons, the machine will move that amount. So 0.1, it'll still move a decent amount, but 0.01 or 0.001, the machine will barely move. So you can see here on the screen how I'm carefully moving the end mill, and once it's in place, it'll look like this on your stock. Final step, super important. Top right-hand corner, go up to Set, and then Zero All. Now that you've double checked that your end mill is touching the bottom left-hand corner, you can close the enclosure, go over to G-Code, and then click Start. Now, after you click the Start button, you should be standing by with your safety glasses on. The machine should turn on, the spindle will start spinning, and then it'll start cutting. If anything looks wrong at any point, go ahead and hit that E-stop or big red button to stop the machine, and then reset. Is running, make sure you don't walk away from the CNC machine in case something happens. When everything is all done and everything looks good, raise the spindle by clicking the Z+ button to get it out of the way. And you can also move the X button or click the X button to move it to the left. You're then going to open up the enclosure and then release the cam or the tension on the cam, and then you should be able to lift your part out and inspect it and make sure it looks good. Perfect. Once your part's out, you're responsible for turning on the vacuum and clearing out as much of the wood dust and wood chips as possible to make sure it's ready for the next person to use the machine. When everything's all clean and ready to go, go ahead and hit the red button, take your work, and job well done.